Hey guys, this is Lenny for Transcending Focus, where we motivate, educate, and innovate for entrepreneurs just like you. So, welcome back. Here we go. In the last vlog, I talked about the concept of confidence and what it looks like and how you can fake it until you make it. And with a little bit of practice, your brain will actually start to become confident just by faking it. And it's all about that chemistry and those steps that one needs to take to become the most confident version of oneself. But how about I tell you about the ability to bypass all that? It sounds a little gimmicky, I understand that, but if I were to be able to teach you how to be able to be confident in just an instant or just a fraction of a second, would you be interested in that? I sound like Bob Bryan from Entourage, but still, I'm telling you it's actually possible. It sounds gimmicky, but I'm about to drop some serious knowledge on you. And the more that you actually do that, the easier it's going to become for you to actually access confidence pretty much instantaneously. So, Amy Cuddy, who you may have read about, you may have seen on one of the big TED Talks, she talks about having a Superman pose, or a Wonder Woman pose, or a Superwoman pose, whatever the hell you want to talk about. But the point is that what she's really trying to convey to you is that if you use certain physical attributes to yourself, you'll be able to charge yourself up from a confidence perspective. So the way I happen to see confidence has always been via much like a battery. And if you're able to charge that battery effectively in a very short period of time, then that battery will just stay charged more and more often. You won't have to recharge it all the time. It will just happen to be accessible. So think about it in the standpoint of your own life. If you ever watched a football team sitting in the locker room, just charging each other up, motivating each other, banging each other's helmets, getting into that rage, getting to that place where they know that they are completely unstoppable. Have you ever, watched these people jumping around prior to, going into a dance competition? Or have you ever watched a situation where an Olympic athlete is about to lift some heavy weight and they bang their chest, they get all pumped up, and then, of course, they go and lift that. And really, what they're doing is they're getting their mental framework in the right state of mind so that their battery is completely charged, because in order for them to do whatever they're about to do, they need to be completely confident that they have the capability of doing it. So they use their physical side of things to create the belief in oneself to achieve what originally was impossible. So if you were able to do that, would that be effective for you? Would that help you out? And the answer is absolutely. The problem that I find is that many salespeople, many entrepreneurs like yourselves, happen to operate at about a 40% battery capacity at all times. They don't even think about something like this. So what happens is they do their job and they go through life in a dispassionate way. So if you're going to be in a sales situation, you need to be completely confident at whatever it is you are saying. You need to be passionate about it. And you can't be passionate about it if you walk into the meeting and you're at a 40% charge. You need to be at that absolute peak performance place. You need to be at 100%. Because in order for what's called emotional transference, which I will get to in a later video, you can't do it at a 40% charge. You need to be at that 100% charge. So we need to charge up your confidence battery to its absolute max. And how are we going to do that in an instant? And the first thing is we're going to take a cue from some of the best athletes and performers in the world. So the first part is movement. So step one is movement. You need to move your body. In order to become a confident person, it's going to sound ridiculous, you need to have a physical attributes of joy. So some people like to just jump up and down, jump up and down. If you jump up and down, of course, that's going to get the blood flowing, blood pumping. You're going to be more confident. But in most people's lives, you can't do that. You don't want to walk into a sales meeting all sweaty. What you do want is you do want to move or visualize those things happening all the time. Think of that elite athlete who psyched themselves up. They did it in an instant. They went boom, boom, boom. They bowed their chest, and then all of a sudden, they knew that they were ready to go. Nothing was going to stop them. So you have to do the exact same thing, because when it comes to confidence, confidence is very, very similar to exuberance and joy. Internally, I mean that. When you are joyful, it's very hard not to be confident or be able to be gregarious in your life. You'll have the energy that's required for confidence. So they mimic each other. They're very similar, and people have a lot of trouble differentiating between the two things. So if you're very joyful in your movements and you're happy and you're excited, you in turn will also be confident. So that's step one in order to achieve instantaneous confidence is smile, jump around, move around, be confident. Tony Robbins does his power move. He beats his chest, then he does that little clap and he moves on. Same thing. I do, by the way, the clap in order to become very confident for myself. That's number one, movement. Number two is music. Again, simple, simplicity. I don't care what the song is. It could be Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA. I don't care. It could be Fuck the Police by NWA. I don't care. Whatever it is you pick in terms of the music that's going to motivate you, make sure it's the right music that actually pumps you up. I want you pumped up heading into meetings. For me, by the way, it was always Cherub Rock by Smashing Pumpkins. That song just seems to motivate me. It gets my blood pumping. I love it. So for you, find some songs that actually motivate you, because the second that you're motivated and you're clear thinking, you will also be confident. A very motivated person is a very confident person because nothing is going to get in their way. And that's what confidence really is to me. Confidence is a removal of all excuses to actually get the job done. So when you're actually stepping into that meeting right there, you're confident because you are motivated, you're joyful, you're exuberant, you move the way you need to move, you heard the music you need to have there, then of course you're going to be a much more confident person. And those are my confidence hacks. I myself was not a confidence person. I've already mentioned this to you on multiple of occasions now. I use these confidence hacks every single day to ensure that I show up to be 100% of what I need to be. If I walk into that big meeting that could potentially be a multi-million-dollar closing, I can't have my battery at 40%. I need it to be at absolute peak 100%, not even at 99%. I need to walk in there knowing what is going to happen in that meeting. And the way I do that is, one, I move my body in a confident manner. I do all the checklist about what it looks like to be confident as well. I envision what confidence is, and I listen to certain music that gets me pumped up. Those are my confidence hacks. I can't wait to our next vlog video. I'll see you next time. Lenny signing off for Transcending Focus.